Hey everyone, and welcome to my kitchen this morning. Today we are meal prepping and we are doing a diabetic meal prep featuring apple pie French toast bowls and Southwest cheesy potato bowls. They are very diabetic friendly, meaning low carb, but super satisfying and super delicious. So I hope you stick around to the end. I will leave all of the notes and recipes in the description box below, so make sure you check it out. Do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I want to start doing weekly meal prep videos here on my channel because I know it really helps me out. Being a mother and a diabetic, having meals in the fridge is huge. So I'm sure it can help you guys out in the same. So thank you for checking me out today. Enjoy watching this meal prep, and I hope you guys get some great ideas and great inspiration from my video. I'll see you guys at the end just to say goodbye. Hey everyone, and welcome to my breakfast meal prep today. Today I am preparing with you guys my apple pie French toast bowls. And as I mentioned in the intro, I try to every Sunday prepare some meals for myself to keep in the fridge, so that way if I'm ever in a pinch, I can quickly grab it out, throw it in the microwave, and heat it, eat it, enjoy it, and it's diabetic friendly. So today, this morning, I'm preparing apple pie French toast bowls, and they are only 280 calories, 7 grams of fat, 28 grams of carbs, and 19 grams of protein. So higher protein to keep me full, but also super sweet and delicious. So I'm really excited to do it today. So today I'm preparing 4 portions of this meal. So I have right here a greased casserole dish I'm gonna prepare, and I preheated my oven to 350 degrees. And all I did to start was I cut up 8 slices of low-calorie bread and put it into this bowl. Now I'm using the Sara Lee Delight 45-calorie bread that is lower carb, but you could also use like the 647 or keto-friendly breads out there. They're really good as well, but that is what my store had in stock, so that's what I picked up for this recipe. So I cubed up 8 slices, and you can see right here, just cubed it all up. And I also cubed 2 apples. I used Gala apples. I find that they are the best consistency for this recipe, so I just peeled and diced 2 Gala apples, and they are smaller cubes because I want them to bake up nice in the oven with the bread. So I'm going to sprinkle that in, and because I'm the one eating this, I'm going to just kind of mix it with my hands in the bowl, and I'm going to start adding my bread pudding mixture, which is going to be 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm going to sprinkle that right on top. There's 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons. There we go. That's all set. Let me just grab a spoon so I can stir it up. My oven, if you don't hear it sounding off, is preheated and ready to go. And next I'm going to add in the wet ingredients. So the first wet ingredient I'm adding in is 1 cup of liquid egg whites. So like I said, I'm quadrupling this recipe to fit 4 portions for the fridge. So it's just 1 cup of egg whites. Dump that in. And if you are curious, because I know eggs are crazy expensive right now, I find that Aldi's has the most affordable liquid egg whites. So if you're looking for them, they do carry it, and it seems to be a little bit cheaper than your typical grocery store. And then you're also going to add in 1 cup of milk. And I'm just using 2% milk because that's what we had in the house. And I'm going to mix everything in this bowl. And stir, stir, stir with this spoon. Stir it on up, just like that. Just loosely stir. And the bread's gonna absorb up a lot of that delicious liquid. And the egg whites is what gives it all that protein. And then now I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it into my casserole dish. Okay. So the only thing sweet in this so far are the apples that bring natural sweetness. So now I'm going to add a homemade low-calorie, low-sugar crumble to the top that will really put it together. So I'm going to start by melting 2 tablespoons of butter in my microwave, and then I'll add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so in the bowl, I melted 2 tablespoons of butter, and I added 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. And since I'm diabetic, I did use the Truvia brown sugar substitute. And I also added 4 tablespoons of flour. But you can use regular brown sugar if you want, but just so everyone is on the same page, 2 tablespoons of butter, 4 tablespoons brown sugar, and 4 tablespoons of flour. And I mixed it up to make this brown sugar paste, and I'm just going to plop it on the top. So that way when it bakes, those are the bites of sweetness you're really gonna get when you're eating this. So I'm gonna evenly distribute it all throughout, just like so. If you can't hear it, my husband is doing construction work on our house. So that is what you hear if you hear him using a nail gun. Our home was built in the 50s, and my husband's very talented and can do all the work himself. So we are currently trying to add a playroom to our house so that way our little ones can run less of a muck in the common area. But anywho, so all that flour mixture is on top, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this into my 350-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes, and I'll pat back on to show you what it looks like when it's all done. So here we have, it ended up baking for about 40 minutes in the oven, and it smells so delicious. You would never know it's diabetic friendly. And I can't wait to have it for breakfast every single morning. One thing that would be a fantastic addition to these bowls is drizzling some sugar-free caramel sauce on it, or even putting some sort of walnuts or pecans on top. It would be so darn good. It smells amazing. I have had this before. I know it's delicious. And like I said, this is 4 portions, but you can make this in just single portions if that's more what you're interested in. I did leave the recipe in the comments below. Hey guys, the next thing I'm meal prepping for the week are my Southwestern potato bowls. It is like a taco bowl made with potatoes that are super, super yummy, flavorful, low carb, high protein, all of that. This bowl is 400 calories. It is 31 grams of carbs, 32 grams of protein, and 14 grams of fat. And how I started was I took a pound of creamer potatoes, those smaller little potatoes, and I cut them into quarters. And then I also diced up an onion and some peppers, and then threw that in here. I drizzled the ever so slightly amount of olive oil in here, and I'm seasoning mine with Cajun seasoning. And you can season your potatoes however you'd like, but it's a Southwest bowl, so I'm gonna do some Cajun seasoning. And I'm going to air fry these potatoes in a 400-degree air fryer for about 20 minutes, or until they become nice and tender. And if you haven't ever utilized an air fryer for cooking, you're missing out. It is so much easier than preheating an oven and doing that whole process. So I'm going to do that for about 20 minutes. And just so you guys know, what I'm doing while those are air frying is I am making a pound of taco meat, adding a packet of taco seasoning, so literally just making taco meat. And I'm gonna keep that to the side for at the end when I assemble these bowls. So while the potatoes are cooking, I'll get that done too. Okay, I am back and ready to prepare my Southwest potato bowls. My air fried potatoes are done and my taco meat's done. So all I have to do is assemble them now, so let's get into it. So first I have my air fried potatoes, peppers and onions, and I'm evenly going to distribute them into my 4 meal prep containers. And these meal prep containers I just purchased at Sam's Club. They're great because they can be popped right into the microwave. And then when I'm done with them, I just chuck them in the trash. So it's just very easy. For those who do not know, I have 2 toddlers. I have an almost 2-year-old daughter, and I have an almost 4-year-old son. So my hands are full. So the idea of me having an extra dish to clean and all of that is just a lot. And that's why I started doing these meal preps, because it just really helps me out during the week when, especially being diabetic, sometimes my sugar drops and it's so hard because I don't want to eat chicken nuggets every day. I don't want to be stuck eating whatever my kids eat. So having something ready for me just to throw in the microwave, it just makes my life so much easier. I digress. So I have the 4 bowls of potatoes. And next I'm going to take my taco meat that I made, and this was just a pound of ground beef. It was the 90-10 ground beef from Sam's Club. And I'm going to evenly distribute that over top of the potatoes, just like so. And this is such like a luxurious lunch. Like, it feels like it shouldn't be low calorie and like good for you because you're using potatoes, and it's so good. You guys really have to try it. And for being lower carb and diabetic friendly, it's just so good and worth it. Sorry to get my pan in your face. So there we have all of the potatoes and the ground beef. And then the next, I'm going to do a creamy enchilada layer. And I'm adding some protein into that. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing some Greek yogurt. So plain Greek yogurt, this is nothing fancy. This is just the one from Walmart, the plain Great Value brand. And I'm going to do a splash of salsa verde. You can use any one, but I really like the Herdez salsa verde. I'm gonna do a splash of that. And I'm gonna stir it together. And the whole consistency you want with this is like a runny consistency. And I'm going to drizzle that over each one of these. Just like so. So that way all the potatoes are coated in a nice little flavor of that. Yum. And plain Greek yogurt is kind of funny. I know my husband's always funny about it, but to be honest, I feel like it kind of has a sour cream-like flavor, so it works in these bowls really well. And then to add some veggies, I drained and rinsed a can of black beans, and I'm going to evenly distribute that over top of that. So now you have your little bit of fiber and vegetable action, and then I'm going to finish drizzling some more over top so that way the black beans can feel the love too. Or if it's easier, you can put the black beans down before the sauce, but I just like to have as much sauce as possible all throughout the bowl, so that's what I did. So I got the bowls all sauced, and then now I'm going to add queso. You can use any queso you have. I'm using the Old El Paso queso because you can squeeze it. It's just so much easier and surprisingly very low calorie. It's only 20 calories for 1 tablespoon. And I'm going to just drizzle it over top, and it's just so easy to make these look pretty because you can squeeze it. It's not like, regular queso, you're just, throwing on top. And then the last layer, of course, because you can't have a cheesy potato bowl without shredded cheese, is some cheese. I'm using the taco blend cheese from Great Value, and I'm just doing a light little sprinkle. And as mentioned, these bowls are 400 calories a piece, very diabetic friendly, at only 31 grams of carbs. And you can see the finished product right here. It smells delicious. You guys gotta give this one a try. I think my apple French toast bowls will be done soon, so I'll be able to show you guys that, and we can get to eating. So thank you for coming with me to cook in my kitchen today to help me meal prep for my big week with my 2 toddlers. I know that having those 2 recipes in my fridge on standby is really gonna help me out this week, so I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end. If you're interested in seeing more meal prep videos just like this, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next week in my meal prep videos. Bye-bye.